So, like, we're all ready to talk about the ableism in, in all these, like, horror movies, right? Because if we're not, I am dragging us head first into the fucking topic. Oh my god. Anyways, this is either the last or second last episode for Halloween of Route 76. I honestly haven't decided, what order I'm gonna upload them in. But Halloween will have 2 episodes uploaded, so hopefully that'll be good. This one is going to be about ableism within horror movies and surrounding just Halloween in general, and specifically like villainization of mentally ill people during this time of year. So sorry, I'm a little sleepy. I didn't get a ton of sleep last night, and I'm also a little hungry. But it's cool. It's cool. I don't care. Anyways, this one should be fun. A little less energy than in the others. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun, baby. Alright. So I want to start off with the ableism in the movies I really enjoy. Because I feel like that's fair, I feel like that is only fair that I start off with the movies that I personally really like. I'm going to start off with Misery and Silence of the Lambs, 2 of my all-time favorite horror movies. Oh my god. Probably 2 of my favorite movies in general, if I'm being fully honest. Misery is a pretty obvious one. Or maybe it's not. Yeah, maybe it's not, honestly. I think maybe it isn't. So, Annie Wilkes, obviously she's supposed to be the evil psycho bitch in Misery. And, this one's, like, technically ableist, but also I remember watching it. And she's supposed to have bipolar. And I remember watching some of the scenes, and I was just kind of there like, I get it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it because in my mind I would know well enough not to do this. And morally I would never do this. But I kind of get it. Not like with any of like the murder stuff or like just a random shit where she was like taking advantage of her position as a nurse to murder people. I feel like I should clarify that one considering I'm going into nursing. I definitely feel like I should clarify that. No, but like the one part where she was getting him the typewriter and the paper and all this. And he was just like, so actually, it's the wrong fucking paper. Bitch, no, I'd be pissed too. I'd be like, what the fuck you, it's paper, make it work. Whiny motherfucker. Yeah, I get it though. But overall, it was, yeah, she was supposed to be bipolar. That was the intention. And it's like, oh, okay. Because if you're somebody who is not bipolar, and that is the only representation of a bipolar person you see in the media, you are not going to be thinking very highly of bipolar people. I mean, you are going to be like, oh, so they're fucking crazy freaks like this bitch. I don't know, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. I don't like that she was representing bipolar people. I think it's a big issue in that they labeled it. I think with a lot of ableism, the issue is that they label it. or they try and stick any name on it. Because it goes from, this is just like some fucked up person, some really bad, evil person, to this is a bipolar person. These are bipolar, these actions are being explained as this person's bipolar. Bipolar is what makes this person evil. And if you don't see that, if you think that's a stretch, whatever. I don't care. I truly don't. Like, it's not that much of a stretch. Like, I don't like it. I don't like seeing that. I didn't call for it. I didn't appreciate it. Why the fuck am I British? But that one was definitely, and especially because I was just like watching that, I was like, yeah, this crazy evil bitch. And then I was reading up on it, and they were like, yeah, she has bipolar. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't act like that. I'm like, hold on. What do you mean she's bipolar? I am the bipolar. I'm not like that. Don't stick me with that, please. But, it was, yeah. And I think the issue with that one was really labeling. Instead of just saying, yeah, she's evil and a stalker, they were like, yep, she's bipolar. That's why she does this. Because she has bipolar depression. That's what made her evil. And again, yeah, they didn't like strictly say that. I don't care. I don't care. It's subtext, bitch. Whatever. And then go in my other favorite, which is also transphobic. And when you get into transphobia and ableism, what do you get? Hannibal Lecter is a transmedicalist who watches Calvin Guerra videos. Oh. Okay. Hopefully no fucking Calvin Guerra standees watch this. Which I doubt they do. I use it and they them pronouns. Like, no transmeds are watching this. But the point stands. No, but like, it's truly, it's transmedicalism. Like, I feel like I really need these. I can't even like say this seriously because it's just ridiculous. I also will be excusing Hannibal Lecter from the okay, I'm not gonna excuse him from the transphobia because he was still active in that and he was still ableist against. He was still very trans. I don't want to say. Oh God. Oh God. Hannibal Lecter is a transmedicalist, and that's horrible. So I won't be excusing him from that, but I am going to excuse him from any of the ableist stuff that kind of was around him, because that was just Sir Anthony Hopkins being autistic. It's not his fault. Not his fault. They actually didn't label it, but it was, they were, that's specifically with, like, the creepy horror movie stare, by the way. That stare where, like, it's the disconnect between the eyes and the facial expression. It's very difficult to mask eyes. It's a lot of work. Like, I think maybe you could do it. I've never been able to, but it seems like it should be a possibility. But at the end of the day, yeah, like, it's the fact that he's able to mask, like, his facial expression, but not his eyes. And that is creepy to neurotypical people. This one isn't strictly ableist. I think it's actually pretty cool that they looked at autistic people and how we look at people, and they were just like, yep, that's horrifying. Put it in the horror movies. Like, I think it's neat, personally. But, like, also they were just like autistic people looking at people. So scary. Whoa. So who knows? It really depends on how you look at it. I don't think that one's super able, so I think it's pretty funky. I think it's neat. I like it. I like watching those movies and being like, it's not that freaky. And people are just like, well, yeah, you kind of look like that. And it's like, yeah, I do. I am the autisms. So yeah, I guess that'd be like part of it, but I don't know if that's strictly ableist. Okay, so I wasn't able to finish up my recording earlier because I actually had to start getting ready for work. Because unfortunately, I'm an adult with a job, and that sucks, but it's all cool. I can do it now. So, anyways, I don't necessarily know that Hannibal Lecter having some autistic traits just because his actor happened to have autism is ableist. I don't think it is necessarily. But also, I'm gonna start pushing the Hannibal Lecter is a transmedicalist agenda. I think that'd be fun and funky, or at least like a OG Hannibal Lecter. Mads Mikkelsen Hannibal Lecter actually uses cannibal self pronouns, and you can't convince me otherwise. So I don't know. I just think there's something inherently transgender about both Hannibal and Will Graham in the Hannibal TV show. I just think they're both trans, and also Hannibal definitely identifies as cannibal gender, and I believe in him for that. I truly do. Like that. I'm not like making jokes. I think that'd be really sexy and cool of him. I'm not making fun of. Oh my god, I sound like I'm making fun of xenogenders. I wholeheartedly support xenogenders. To be clear, I'm low key trying to figure out one that applies to me. I don't know. Just Jack. But that's really not the point of this episode. Oh my god. Anyways, transmedicalists are just Hannibal Lecter. New argument for us against transmeds. You're just Hannibal in like a less cool font because you're not like a cannibal or anything. You're just annoying. But like, yeah, I think the whole thing of him being like, well, I know she's not a true transsexual about Buffalo Bill was bullshit. She is whoever she wants to be. And I wholeheartedly believe in her. You're just a dick. You're just an asshole, Hannibal. So yeah, Hannibal is transmedicalist. But I definitely don't think that him happening to have some autistic characteristics just because his actor is autistic is strictly ableist. I do think it's a little weird that people just kind of saw how he looks, which is literally kind of just an autism thing. Like, I've known a lot of people I've known a lot of autistic people who just look at people like that, including myself. Like, so I think that being taken as like some creepy thing or like some weird horror thing is a little weird, but it's definitely not the actor's fault or the movie's fault. How that was necessarily taken by audiences. I don't know. I feel like there's just kind of a lot of ableism as far as mental health goes. Definitely there is. A lot of, a lot of the murderers and the villains in horror movies and just different media are often described as psychopaths or sociopaths, despite not actually fitting any of the actual criteria for antisocial personality disorder. But that's just like what they think of. They're just like, oh my god, you murder people, you're crazy, you're a fucking heartless sociopath. Definitely an ableist little message, because being a sociopath is not an inherently bad thing. It's just, it's just neurodivergency. So, I don't know, that one's a little awkward, but what can you do about it, really? Well, you could do a lot about it. We could do a lot about it. We should really do a lot about it. Hello? Hello, Mr. Stink. I just think there's so much casual ableism. Like, with the way that, neurodivergency is just always, it's a part of the villain character within these horror movies, the murderer. It's very weird. Like, it's never like the normal character is the neurodivergent one. It's the murderer. Who's gonna have some sort of neurodivergency or have some sort of issue mentally. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. But yeah. We're not even gonna get into what you call it. I think it's like Split, because that's a whole other nightmare. And I don't have DID. I don't really want to speak on it, but it definitely seems ableist, doesn't it? What the fuck? You know, the idea that, well, multiple personalities, obviously a horrible murderer person, right? Like, isn't that so freaky? No. It's literally just how some people are. So, I don't know. I think ableism in horror movies needs to be a much less common thing. It really does. Isn't that right, Sammy? Do you agree? Samson agrees. He's a good boy like that. Oh, hello. Okay. Oh, I had other thoughts. I just have a headache right now. I just got back from work like 2 hours ago. And I just kill a headache. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, there's a lot of ableism in movies in general. Especially with autistic characters. That's just so casual. Because here's the thing, these people will be like, well, oh, I thought someone was coming. Alright. It's 1 a.m. Who the fuck is moving around up here? But like, I don't know, just in general in media, there's like this idea that, well, I would never, be mean to an autistic person. I would never discriminate against someone just because they're autistic. And then, like, they make fun of the socially awkward character, or the character with a hyperfixation or special interest. The obvious neurodivergent coded character. It's like, okay, so it's just words, right? It's just all pretty words. And really there's nothing to be done about it. I mean, we can try, we can fight like hell, but people are still going to be ableist. They're still going to continue portraying people with mental illness or just neurodivergent people in this negative light, and it sucks. It's awful, but there's only so much power we have, unfortunately. Hello, I accidentally hit the stop button. Anyways, until neurotypical people and just like mentally healthy people in general can start respecting neurodivergent people and people with different mental illnesses, we're really just not going to get anywhere. This isn't going to be a super long episode, because like, I really meant to finish this earlier, but now I'm tired and I just got home from work and I don't have the energy to put in. But yeah, I do think, anyways, I do think that Hannibal Lecter having certain characters that make him autistic, like, no, they don't make him autistic. I do think he's autistic, but that's a different story. That's me projecting. No, but like certain generally autistic characteristics is not ableist, because it's literally just an autistic man being himself, and it is nobody's fault but the audiences that got read as, creepy or horror. you know, I think it's a little sus, but I don't think it's inherently ableist that he happened to, you know, that this just sort of, it's just like the way autistic people look at people, and that got just coded as like horror movie stare. It's like, what the fuck? No. He's just autistic. I wholeheartedly believe that Hannibal Lecter is just an autistic man who learned how to mask very well. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm feeding into it then if I say that, but I think Hannibal Lecter is autistic, and that's a hill I'm willing to die on, you know? Anyways, I don't know. I'm really too tired to keep going. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, night, whatever time it is. This is gonna be like the second last Halloween centered episode, and then we'll get back to the normal music ones. The next one out will be another Bruce Springsteen one, so that's gonna be fun. And then I'm probably just gonna do solo episodes for a while because I've been kind of enjoying this, just talking to myself, just rambling. I know I'm a little repetitive, and I'm not super good at talking, but I have fun. I have fun just talking to myself. I almost said I have fun with myself, but that doesn't sound too right. It doesn't sound too right, and I don't need to make that my brand. So, yeah. Anyways, Hannibal Lecter is a transmedicalist bitch, and I think we should talk about that more. That's it. That's like the whole purpose of this episode. I think Hannibal Lecter is a transmedicalist. That's gonna be the title. Hannibal Lecter is a transmedicalist, not clickbait. Yeah. So I hope you all take care of yourselves. I hope it's a bones day. Today was a no bones day. I had no bones. It was just a shit day, honestly. So I'm gonna go to bed, and hopefully tomorrow will be better for all of us, right? Yeah. Good night. I love you all. This has been Route 76, the second to last Halloween episode.